Earlier we had a lot of challenges without Zoho. Excel sheet, of course, version control and who's controlling what, which version that we are having, and multiple access. Those are the things that we had. So now that it's all nicely done with a process approval method and there is a flow in the system, we have a very robust data management approval process, and as well making sure that reports are generated through that. So this has changed our life a lot, and with earlier products to now, it's a big change, is what I would say. Hello and hi, my name is Sridharan. I take care of the sourcing business for Barry-Wehmiller India, and I am been with the Barry-Wehmiller for past 28 years. We are manufacturing engineering parts for the machines that has been manufactured in the US for either packaging or corrugator or converting. We make those parts with various suppliers in Chennai, Coimbatore, Bengaluru, and some parts of North India, and bring them over here to our warehouse and then export it to our group companies located in various places in US, Europe, and mainly these two places, US and Europe. Actually, I was browsing and looking out for any way to automate things, and since we were using inventory, I was looking at other Zoho products which could help us do some automation on this, and then that's when we stumbled upon Creator and started using in a very, very basic level. But once I started using, I thought this has a potential to do even more. Okay, it's an interesting thing. I made my own forms. I made some automation through that for very simple data management for our parts, and started giving access to our suppliers through web portal. But then I thought this has more potential to do other areas, for example, inquiry management, shipping tracking, quality of our parts. So we kind of made various modules out of the Creator. So it is like we started using, but then we brought in our partners to help us out, Zoho partners, who wanted to make sure that the product is all done in a professional way. So now that we have several applications that we have developed in Zoho Creator to fulfill all our needs of our sourcing business. The first one is the inquiry management system, where we get the inquiries from our group companies. So we need to have a streamlined process of documenting that, as well as we want to make sure that these are all given to our suppliers for them to do the quoting process. So this is an application that we developed both from the client side, from the supplier side, a common platform to control all the inquiries that we are getting, and that is the first application that we developed. Then we went on to order processing, where we wanted to make sure that the products or the parts that we are manufacturing at the supplier place are all being seen at the right stage to us. So we developed something called part status application. Now all our suppliers do have access to this application, and they upload on a daily basis or update on a daily basis what is the status, and we can monitor those status through us. So that is the second application. Then we are shipping products from India to the US. So we came up with the logistics and shipping tracking, that app for having to know which shipment is going through which containers and what is the status of the product. So we kind of got all those information logged in through the logistics company into our portal. So we get that information. That's the third application. And then we developed one more application for quality, because all this product has to be maintained with the quality approval. So we have a system where we kind of keep all the instruments calibrated into the system, as well as the status of the drawings and parts. So those are the information that we kind of added to this. So we have that application as well. So these are the four major applications, but I'll tell you a couple of things. One is called shoot costing. This is typically a mechanical related item where we kind of find out what is the part cost, and we were using an Excel based template to understand how the product is costed. But later we kind of came up with the shoot costing application, where we can come up with the cost of the product through various process there. So that is another application that we added. And right now we are also trying to come up with order fulfillment app, where we get those purchase orders from our customers. We want to make sure that that is entered into a logical way into our inventory system. So we have come up with the pre-order processing app and confirm of every data in this purchase orders before it is uploaded into the inventory system. So these are the several applications that we have developed. There are multiple groups and departments use. So like I was telling, it's order processing is a group. First they use it for making the orders entered into the inventory system. We also have the inquiry team which does the inquiry management for the suppliers and clients. We have the delivery team looking at the status of the products, whether it is in delayed, already arrived. So those are the information we get it. And we have the logistics department look at the shipment tracker and find out what kind of a status of the shipments are. So we have multiple departments. I was also mentioning about quality team. That's a separate department looking at the data. All these data come together from one area. And so everyone access to this base, and then we have some process to control when data moving from inquiry to order fulfillment to part status to quality and to the shipment tracker until entire process is done until we ship the product to the US or Europe. Simple is about the form creation, and if you want to have the calculations done in the form itself, we have that. And also I have something called stage wise movement from one status to the other status. In a typical manufacturing, you have various stages of parts. For example, buying raw material, making the first process, doing the operations, then doing the inspection, packing and delivery. So these are the stages if you want to come up with. We have a method in Zoho where we can move from one stage to other, and that is reflected in our system, and we bring in all the systems into Zoho Analytics and get a complete picture of the status. So that I think both this form creation for our requirement as well as this moving up from one stage to other was a great help for us to understand from Creator. We are using this app in mobile. Almost all our members in our organization use apps in mobile, so that is easy for us because our people do travel to many places. We just don't sit in office. We have to go to supplier's place. We have to see the parts over there in various locations, and we need to capture the status of it. So people do travel. Our suppliers and the stakeholders like shipment team, they need to have access as well. So they have a mobile access. So this is very convenient for us to have mobile access. Earlier we had a lot of challenges without Zoho. Of course, Excel sheet, of course, version control and who is controlling what, which version that we are having, and multiple access. Those are the things that we had. So now that it's all nicely done with a process approval method and there is a flow in the system, we have a very robust data management approval process, and as well making sure that reports are generated through that. So this has changed our life a lot, and with earlier products to now, it's a big change is what I would say.
Hi, I'm Meenakshi, heading the development team in Spikra. So we are the implementation partner for Barry-Wehmiller. We did implementation using Zoho Creator. The overall experience was so good. I learned so much about their process, and we implemented around 6 applications which can make their business easy. They were initially using Excel, and the visibility was very not so very good because each of the team has to share the Excels with other teams to know the process and what is the progress. But with Creator and other Zoho products that they use, the visibility is, they had the seamless data flow across the applications, and everything was so visible that every team can have all the updates on time. There is one application called Enquiry Management System where they will get the quotations from all the suppliers. So tracking all the supplier codes, and like they were doing it all manually, and they used to call the suppliers to get the code. They used to remind them. So all these have now been automated, and it is one of the pain point which has now got resolved. With this implementation, now all the manual process has now come to an end, and the user has got a lot of time, and with this time they are able to get more, like take up more orders and process it efficiently. If you are looking to streamline your business, I would say Zoho Creator is an automation powerhouse which can transform your business.
We have seen a lot of changes. We usually sit in office for entry of data, we would review of it and all of it. Today it is all happening online, and there's no dedicated time for data entry or management of it. It's happening online. So It's a big change, and anyone can pick up the data anytime they want and check out what is happening on the status of the products. So this is a sea of change from what we were a few years back to what currently we are. So I think this automation has helped us a lot, and it is definitely has improved the efficiency of our business. Now the volume of our business is increasing. We are now confident enough to use this data even more to make sure that we continue with our journey of business, whatever we are in. The biggest impact after implementing Creator is the time, is what I would say. Earlier, we had to bring in all people to office, exchange data. Right now, those are the things which is not there today, and that is helping us to take quick decisions if there are something which came up during the process. It's collaboratively, people can understand what is happening and then take a quick decision on that. That's a big change, is what I would say. Earlier, before we even collect the data, before we even come to a decision, it would take time. But time is the one that has changed for us. I mean, completely reduced at this point of time since the data is in hand.